In other global news, the International Space Station has been orbiting the Earth for more than 27 years. It lies in low Earth orbit, about 400 kilometers above the planet, and it continuously monitors and captures activity taking place on the surface. And a few months ago, the ISS managed to capture shots of Russian missiles hitting Ukraine's capital, Kyiv. The ISS footage captured strikes on Kyiv that took place on December 27th. It was passing over the Ukrainian capital between 1:56 and 1:59 a.m. local time. Well, reports from that day show that Ukraine's Air Force reported a high-speed target heading towards Kyiv at exactly 1:56 a.m. local time. The Ukrainian Air Force then reported a second projectile at 1:58 a.m. So the ISS happened to be above Kyiv exactly when it was targeted by two missiles. The think tank Center for Information Resilience examined the footage and said that the footage likely showed ballistic missile strikes.
In terms of the kind of lines that we see in the videos, from CIR's perspective, we find it likely that these are things like ballistic missiles. They're unlikely to be cruise missiles, but they could be Kinzhal, I suppose. They are categorically not aircraft. The airspace over Kyiv has been closed since 2022. Fighter jets as well are far, far slower than these kind of munitions being used against Ukraine.
The CIR investigator also highlighted that the strikes took place in the peak of winter, when Russia was regularly targeting Ukrainian energy infrastructure. The think tank says that the footage from the International Space Station clearly shows that Ukraine was facing an energy crisis. The footage shows that Ukraine was distinctively darker than neighboring countries when the strikes took place.